Hey there, Quilty friend, it's Carolina Moore, your favorite sewing and quilting YouTuber, and today we are doing block 12 of our 2025 half square triangle block of the month. This has been such a fun year to do this together and to make the quilt twice, once in these fabrics and once in the other fabrics, as I teach you a different way of making half square triangles. It's going to make for a very busy December here with lots and lots of videos, but that's okay. We're going to have a great time. Okay, so let's get started on today's block. If you are new to the 2025 half square triangle block of the month, this is a block of the month that is on a calendar, and I designed it on a calendar, so every single month there is a simple quilt pattern as well as a fun calendar with all kinds of quilty holidays on it. There we go. And I'm making this whole quilt twice, so I'm making it once this very basic way where you're just cutting out the pieces exactly like it says on the calendar in the instructions, and then there are written instructions if you want to follow those to piece it, or you can follow along here on the video as we piece this block together. And then the next day I have a second video that is a bonus video with instructions for putting this, making these half square triangles in a different way. So throughout the year we've been learning all different kinds of ways to make half square triangles. I still wanted to have these basic videos with the really simple instructions, no frills, no fancy tools, nothing special needed, but then we've also added on our bonus videos to learn all kinds of fun ways to do half square triangles, because at some point you're probably going to need to make a bunch of half square triangles for a quilt, and if you followed along this whole year, you now know a bunch of different ways to make half square triangles, and maybe even have found a couple new favorites that you might want to try. And so when you have a quilt that's like 200 half square triangles, for me, I'm going to say triangle paper. If I have to make a ton of half square triangles, for me, triangle paper is my go-to. But now you have a whole bunch of different tools in your tool belt to be able to pull out to be able to make half square triangles, because these are such a universal unit when making different kinds of quilts. Okay, so now we're going to start piecing these together just like we have in the past. We're going to stitch a 1/4 inch on either side of our line, cut them apart, and press towards the dark. Alright, I've gone ahead and laid out the block so that we can take a peek at what this is all going to look like. But we want to start by making this centerpiece, which is just a 4-patch. So we're going to take these two, put them together, take these bottom two, put them together, press towards the background square on both of them, and then sew them together and spin the seams in the middle. Double check that I did these right. There we go. And so we're going to press this one in this direction and this one in this direction. And I know we're pressing towards the light, but that's because we're going to reduce the bulk of that half square triangle by bringing it over to this big piece that doesn't have any seams. There we go. And now we can sew these two together to make the center. Alright, we're going to give this a press by spinning our seams. Okay, now you can look at this outside however you want. You can look at it as like a frame around this 4-patch, or you can basically look at this as a very uneven 9-patch. So this is row 1, this is going to be row 2, and this is going to be row 3. So we want to put this together and this together to be able to attach it to our center row. Alright, we're going to go ahead and press these seams in. There we go. Now we can attach these to both sides of the center. And then we have our center row done. Alright, now this top and bottom row, I'm just going to sew these pieces all together. Alright, we're going to press all of these in. There we go, and now I'm going to sew these 3 rows together, and then our last block is complete. Alright, we're going to press these seams out. There we go. Block 12 is done. Friends, if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, because tomorrow we're going to do the bonus version of this block. And then after that, we're going to put this whole quilt together. So let's add this final block to our wall. So excited to put it all together. All right, that's it for today, my friends. I will see you right here tomorrow for a bonus block. Bye for now.